My name is Chlo, and this is the Feed or Flow podcast, where you'll find authentic conversations on how to get your period back and restore your metabolism from years of disordered eating, low-calorie diets, and excessive exercise regimes. No trendy diets of celery juice and broccoli sprouts will be found here. Rather, my mission is to teach you balance and how the foods you've most likely cut out of your diet are the very ones that are essential for health. It's time we stop fearing food and embrace all that it can do for us. Food freedom, vivacious health, and a monthly menstrual cycle is possible, and I'm going to show you how to achieve this type of wellness without obsession.
Like that book, every chapter ended with cooked food is poison.
Yeah.
And so you got it in your head, cooked food is poison, right? And it's like almost a mantra you can like repeat, right? And in my head, I think it was kind of like, well, this is the one thing I haven't tried. You know, I thought I tried everything and in my young brain, I guess. And now like looking back on it in retrospect, I could see that there was tons of things I could have tried to try to help my acne before going that far. You know what I mean? Sometimes you jump in and you're like, I got to try this, but maybe you could have just tried this little thing and it might have helped.
100%.
So,
Yep.
like, get rid of some junk food. Maybe you're eating too much junk food, you get rid of some, and I don't know, it helps. But, or, you know, like, I don't think, anyway.
Well, yeah,
So,
you could have just started focusing on the quality of food you were purchasing.
exactly.
And healing your gut microbiome, and that would be by adding in like chicken broth and good quality dairy
Exactly.
and things like that. But instead, yeah, we love to go to these extremes,
That's the
especially
thing.
here in
Yeah.
America. I think it's just like we're either at one end of the spectrum or the other, and it's really easy to get like attached to that and just go, no, I'm not just going to, take out, some processed foods. I'm going to take out cooked foods and anything that that is not a fruit or a vegetable. I understand that
Yeah.
sentiment because I felt the same way.
Yeah. Like, it's kind of a balance thing, right? Like, you don't have to always go from one extreme to the other. You can kind of navigate the middle. And I think personally, now after this whole experience, the middle is kind of where I find the most happiness, the most, completeness in my life. But anyway, I jumped to that extreme. I jumped right in. I found him, and then I found 80-10-10, Doug Graham. And yeah, that led me into that path and the whole 30 bananas a day website and all that.
Really? Is that what you're talking about?
I might be.
She's
Really
the cause
dirty and
of a
random.
lot of eating disorders and pain, as far as what I see.
I mean, Doug Graham is really the one pushing 80-10-10 in the beginning. So he's the one who pushed it to her too. But she really took it, she made it big. Like, she really exploded it and into like mainstream culture too. So I can't like put all the onus on her, but at the same time, if you're promoting something, I think you need to take responsibility too for what you're promoting and how it's affecting people. And
But I don't think she
anyway,
sees that because I have heard
no.
her talk many times of even, mentioning stuff to girls who have suffered with eating disorders of like, come and do this program and like we'll heal you of your
Mm,
eating disorder. And me being someone who's like works in this field of eating disorder recovery, I just look at that and I cringe
hmm.
because there's no way that eating 50 bananas a day is going to help someone recover from an eating disorder. That's just
Yeah.
it's totally irresponsible for her to say that. And yeah, I agree. I think she does need to be held responsible for the things that she is saying. She needs more medical disclaimers on all of her stuff. And
Yeah.
she needs to say that she is not someone who professionally works with eating disorders, anyways. That's
Yeah.
like my two
No,
cents on
totally.
her.
No, I totally agree. Like, that's one of my biggest criticisms right now of people talking about veganism, pushing the vegan diet, like especially these vegan doctors. They're not taking responsibility for what happens when something bad really happens to someone. Who like, yeah, who takes the blame for that? Who I don't know. That's the part that bothers me the most, especially now that I'm a mother too, like pushing these diets to parents and kids. that's where I get really, um, I guess, upset about the whole thing too, is pushing it on children. Because I have heard Freely also saying that children should be following this diet. And
Yeah. Well, and it's just
that's,
the words that they use. And it's not
mm,
like, I don't think they're, a lot of these doctors aren't ill intentioned, but a lot of the words that they use in their books and the articles they write are just very dogmatic, very rigid, very like, no, this is the way. And there's no,
mm-hmm,
open discourse of potentially this is not the way for everyone. They sort of write these programs, and this is with every diet. I'm not just even blaming vegan, diet
for
just
sure.
right now, but they love to just say like, this is the one and only way. You have to eat this way. This will work for everyone. And I'm like, you obviously don't understand this whole idea of like bio individuality. We're all
Mm,
different. We all have different genetics. We come from different backgrounds, different cultures, different ethnicities. We like different things. Our gut microbiome's all different. Like, you can't tell me that this is going to work just because it worked for you.
totally. Yeah, totally. I've even noticed that, like, I've had a lot of friends who were vegan and stuff, and you can notice they go on the same diet and two different results completely, like opposite results almost. And
Mhm.
it's just like we are different. Like, yeah, that's a big thing. And just having kids too, I can see how my kids are different, like
Mm.
between all of them. So definitely we are individual, and I think we need to find what works for us. And yeah, I think you're right on that one.
But let's dive into this though. So you started
Okay.
eating a raw vegan diet, and what happened from there?
Well, it was a long journey. It was 4.5 years of raw that I did. Um, yeah, lots of questionable stuff I did during those times, because there's a lot of stuff that they tell you need to do, like water fasting, like, yeah, tons of other just cleansing type stuff that they constantly think, like, it's like going on a raw food diet isn't even enough. It's like you have to do all this other stuff too, like
And then you get,
colonics.
yeah, the colonics for sure, but you get like shamed or told you're not doing it right if, say, you start having all these health complications, and then they just go, "Oh, well, it's because you weren't doing a raw enough diet. Your mustard
Yes.
must have been cooked a little." Like, there's always like
Yeah.
something. And it's the same thing with kind of like religions. It's like, "Oh, God cursed you. Like, you're not doing the religion. You're not abiding by the commandments enough." And it's this whole idea of like, you need to be better and pure and more perfect.
Yeah.
And it leads you down this like just death spiral of getting stricter and stricter and stricter with your foods, when all these problems are most likely, and we'll dive into this, I'm sure,
Mm,
all these problems are usually stemming just from the fact that you're not eating enough and you're not eating a wide variety enough of food.
right.
So the
Yeah.
answer to your like digestive issues is actually to eat more and not to like continue cleansing. Thanks for listening to this short clip from the Feeder Flow podcast. To listen to the rest of the show, head on over to your favorite podcast app like iTunes or Spotify. If your period has gone MIA, you're going to want to get her back. She's important for your health and misses you dearly. I've created a juicy online course designed to teach you everything I wish I knew about getting my period back, restoring my metabolism, and cultivating a healthy, nourishing relationship with food. The Get Your Flow On course is designed to empower and inspire you to achieve full recovery. Head on over to www.flowwithchlo.com to sign up.